crystal gazing or scrying. What you want to do is you can do it where you have a question, or you could do it where you just say, well, I want to see where this takes me. And what you're doing is putting yourself in a comfortable position, holding whatever crystal, and I suggest you get a book on crystals or a book on rock. Any dictionary will do for those to give you an understanding of what it is, what rocks you got and what it is they do and what they enhance. But let's just say you're looking at a plain quartz crystal. A quartz crystal, you can you cleanse it and you program it for whatever it is you want it to help you with. Now, what I was told by my aunt, who's been doing this even before I was born, about crystals, the ones you want to try to get usually have notches in it. They'll have, it's not chips. On the edge, you'll see, the best way I can say is notches or indents in it, or lines in it. What she was telling me was, this is actually the information that is stored in the crystal. So if you find one of these ones with notches, don't program it. My suggestion is not to program it with stuff like, help me with my chakras. The crystal has been here since the earth was in its primal state. So as the earth hardened, the crystal hardened, holding in all the frequencies of the planet. All the information that the planet has to offer is crystallized the same way your spirit has been crystallized as a human. So the way you were crystallized as a human, and you're digging into your subconscious mind to bring out these things, because your mind is nothing but a crystal as well, the same concept is what you're doing. The same concept is what you're doing to bring out. The same concept is what you're doing to bring out the information in the crystal. So what you're doing is digging into it. You want to take your thumb and scratch just one notch while you got your eyes closed in meditation. Basically, you're asking the crystal to release this information to you. And the best way to do it is just see what the crystal has to offer, as opposed to asking the crystal a specific question. Now,
or to programming it for what you want it to do.
Well, I would say if you see one of these older crystals, she told me there's two types of quartz crystals. You'll see a smooth quartz crystal, and it'll have a couple of lines in it, whatever. That's a good one to program for whatever you want, and that's the one you would ask the questions to. Now, there are older crystals, and if you ever notice, there's crystals that have a dramatic price difference between the ones that are just sitting in the buckets if you go into these stores.
That's true.
And ones with the price difference, you'll see notches and indents, all sorts of shit up in the surface of these crystals. So what she was telling me was that's actually information. So all these other crystals, though they have information, they're not as old as the one with the notches or whatever in it. So the ones with the notches, you want to clean it and say, and when you program it, whatever wisdom you have to show me, that's what you show me. That type of thing.
Got it.
That type of thing. The other ones you want to just program with whatever it is you need. So when you find one of these old ones, or you pay the price of the old one, you want to sit with that one, take your thumb, and just either rub or scratch that notch. Just while you're in meditation, you want to scratch that notch and wait to be inspired. How the crystal talks, it talks as a form of inspiration. A form of inspiration. So what you're inspired by, or the idea that you have afterwards, even if it's just going to get a pack of crunchy cheese doodles, and I hesitate to say, as my man Todd says, if you want to get cocaine because it's a hell of a drug, fuck it, go do it. You know what I mean? Go do it. So whatever it inspires you is your spiritual message. In fact, anything is your spiritual message. Anything that inspires you is actually your spiritual message. You're looking for inspiration. You're looking for inspiration. The child mind where they're always in the world of pretend, always in the world of imagination, always in the world of fantasy, are the tools that you need to tap back into to actually get back into that world, the world of imagination, the world of fantasy. So the grown-up approach, the intellect approach, automatically, when someone's coming talking that shit, you know, I am, that forth that shall be, the first thing I already know, I said, they ain't did shit but read the same books that I know I already read. So when somebody they can play, they can laugh, they don't take themselves too seriously, that's the motherfucker that could either is doing it or could get into the shit. Or could get into the shit because they don't take themselves seriously. So the more serious you take yourself is nothing but the more you are in your conscious ego.